Hi guys, so in today's video we'll be doing practical basically. So in my previous video I mentioned that we need three tools to in order to set up WordPress on our local PC. So today I'm going to be showing you how to actually set up this WordPress that we're talking about on your local device or your local PC without you having to buy some sort of hosting or domain or whatsoever. So it's very pretty simple. So just watch this. So we'll head on to www.wordpress.org to download a copy of WordPress. So once we come to the website, we'll click on Explore WordPress and then we'll click on Get WordPress, the latest version, and then we'll click Download WordPress. It's gonna run for a couple of seconds or minutes depending on your network. So once that is downloaded, we'll head on to another browser and search XAMPP. So we'll open the first link we have there. Choose the preferred XAMPP for your PC. Mine is Mac, so I'm going to just pick for Mac OS. And the download is going to run for a couple of minutes, right? So these are one of the most important tools that we need for WordPress website development. So once you've done that, once you see that it's downloading, wait for it to download completely, be it PC, Windows, Mac, whatever PC you use, you can download for it. So the final thing you need is browser. So I want to believe everybody has a browser. A browser is something that you can use to search up web pages that are while connected to the internet. So once you have that installed, trust me, we are almost good to go to actually set up WordPress on our local PC. Understand that WordPress is a CMS. So with WordPress, we can actually build various kinds of websites, right? So you don't necessarily need to have coding skills to build websites. So with the help of various website builders like Elementors, plugins, and themes, you're able to build various kinds of websites from e-commerce and all sort of websites that you could think of or imagine. So once that is done, or once our download is completed, we're gonna go ahead to install, right? So we're gonna go ahead to install XAMPP, and then we'll then go to the next steps needed to actually set up WordPress on our website. Sorry, on our local PC rather. So once the the download is completed, you open where it's downloaded. So that's your download folder, and then you try to install XAMPP. For me, I already have it installed, but if you don't have it installed, all you just need to do is click next and accept the terms and agreement where needed, and then once that is done, you have XAMPP installed on your PC. So I need to mention that you need to note the location you're installing XAMPP, especially for Windows users, so that you can go to the application folder, which is going to be XAMPP in your C drive or whatever drive you have. Then this is where we'll be doing a lot of work for me. I already have it installed, and then once I open XAMPP or once I launch XAMPP, I see these options that says go to application folder. So I'm just going to click that or open application folder. So in the application folder, I'm going to look for something called htdocs. So if you also use Windows and you probably installed XAMPP in your C folder, that's your C drive, you'd find this htdocs inside XAMPP folder in your application folder. Then all I just need to do is create a new folder inside that htdocs, call it my first website, right? So that's where I'll be building my first WordPress website. So then don't forget that we've already downloaded WordPress itself. So we'll go back to our downloads folder and copy the WordPress that we downloaded. Then we'll unzip it, right? So because it's definitely going to be a zip folder, then copy all the data inside that zip folder into our my first website folder in our htdoc folder, right? So because we need all those WordPress file, all those WordPress data to actually build our website. So I'm just going to ensure that I copy it directly inside my first website folder that we've created, right? So once that is done, I'll delete whatever things that I don't need in that folder, probably the WordPress that I copied or the folder that I copied those WordPress data from. So once that is done, then I'll go back to my XAMPP, and then I would go to what we call XAMPP PHP admin. But ensure that your Apache server is running on XAMPP and your MySQL database is running on XAMPP, because you need it to set up your database basically. So you need to set up your database, because without a database your website is as good as plain, because it's not going to save any data whatsoever. So once I go to the application application page, then I would go to what we call PHP My Admin. So you can see that's open the XAMPP screen. So at the top I see PHP My Admin. So in here is where I'm going to create my database. Then I can call it the database name, still the same name of my website, my first website, and then I'll just create. You can leave it as default as it is. I'll click create. So that means my database has been created. So now we need to connect this database to our website. So what do we do? Right? So on our browser, all we just need to do is type in what we call localhost, LOCALS slash. We'll type in localhost slash our website folder name. So in this case, my website folder name is my first website. So I'll go back to my browser and then type in my browser, right? So after I've probably created my database, and also I'll go back to my browser now, and then in my browser is where we're gonna type this thing that I'm talking about, or this that I'm talking about. So if whether you are using Mac or Windows, so you head onto your browser, type in localhost slash my first website. It will automatically detect WordPress in your website. Of course, our database name we need to input it, which is my first website. Your username is going to be root, then you leave the password empty. So some people might experience this whereby what you have is going to be the WP config sample, and then you need to copy that is shown on your browser, then locate that WP config sample, open it with a text editor whatsoever, then you copy the data that you have on your localhost my website screen. Especially people that are using Mac would definitely almost experience this, but if you're using Windows too, there's probability you experience it. So locate the WP config sample, right click on it, or you open it with a preferred text editor. Right, so once you open it with a text editor, delete the files inside and replace it with the one that was in your browser. So you make sure you've copied that, then you rename it to wp-config.php. right, so those are your configuration files. So you must have copied it from this screen. So once you've done that, you click run the installation. Then the next thing is going to ask you is your site title. You put it, your username, because it's very important to get to your admin dashboard. So once you put your username, it's very important to get to your admin dashboard, so you take note of it. Without your username and your password, you're not going to get access to your WordPress website admin dashboard. So you put an email, then you click on install WordPress. So you see that WordPress has been installed successfully, and then if you log in, mind you, you don't need to be connected to the internet to do all this. Once you've downloaded your requirements, so once you do this, you see that now we have a WordPress admin dashboard. It's as simple as that. So what do you guys think about this? And if you like to watch the full clip, it's going to be uploaded on my YouTube channel. So all you just need to do is go on YouTube and search Tech with Tariel, and then you're probably going to find it there. In fact, I have a separate video for those that are probably using Windows PC, which I've probably made before. So I'm going to try and still post more of these clips, probably in sections, so that everybody can still get to have it on TikTok or Instagram. But if you want to just watch it at length, no speed, very calm and so on, then you can just go to my YouTube channel and then you see it there. So I'm going to be creating more practical content. So trust me, if you're going to want to build websites with no code knowledge, meaning you just want to build beautiful websites, you're not ready to do all this coding of thing, then trust me, this page is for you. So like, share, and follow for more. I'll see you in my next video.